Hello and welcome to Fireworks. Last week we saw that God poured out his blessing over and over again on Isaac, even when things were tough for him. The other people of the land were telling Isaac to leave because they wanted all of the good things that the land was providing him. But God was looking out for his people and was keeping his promises of land, family, and blessing. This week we're going to continue our story in Genesis and see what happens between Isaac's two sons and what blessings they get.
Genesis chapter 27 verse 1 to 45. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so weak that he could no longer see, he called for Esau, his older son, and said to him,
Esau, I am old and don't know when I will die. Get your bow and arrows and go out to the field to hunt some wild animals for me. Prepare me some tasty food and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die.
Now Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. When Esau left to hunt animals and bring them back, Rebekah said to her son Jacob,
Jacob, I overheard your father talking to your brother Esau. Now go out to the flock and bring me 2 young goats so I can prepare some tasty food for your father, just the way he likes it. Then take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing before he dies.
But my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I only have smooth skin. If he touches me, he'll know I'm tricking him, and he'll bring down a curse on me rather than a blessing.
If your father curses you, I will take the blame. Just do what I say. Go and get the goats for me.
So Jacob went and got the goats and brought them to his mother, and she prepared some tasty food, just the way his father liked it. Then Rebekah took the best clothes of her elder son Esau and put them on her younger son Jacob. She also covered Jacob's hands and the smooth part of his neck with the goat skins. Then she gave the tasty food and bread she had made to her son Jacob. Jacob went to his father and said,
Father,
Yes, my son. Who is it?
I am Esau, your firstborn son. Sit up, so that you can eat my food, so you may give me your blessing.
Come near so I can touch you, my son, to check if you are really my son Esau or not. This is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are Esau's. Are you really Esau?
I am.
My son, bring me some of your game to eat, so that I may give you my blessing. Come here, my son, I will bless you. The smell of my son is like the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. May God give you plenty of rain and good soil. Then you will have plenty of grain and wine. May nations serve you, and peoples bow down to you. May you be lord over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. May everyone who curses you be cursed, and everyone who blesses you be blessed.
After Isaac finished blessing him, Jacob had barely left his father's presence when his brother Esau came in from hunting. He had also prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father. Then Isaac said to Esau,
Who are you?
I am your son, your firstborn Esau.
Who was it then that hunted animals and brought it back to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him. It is too late now to take back my blessing.
Father, bless me as well. Bless me too.
Your brother Jacob came and tricked me. He has taken your blessing.
Isn't he rightly named Jacob? This is the second time he's taken advantage of me. First he takes my birthright, and now he's taken my blessing. Haven't you reserved any blessings for me?
I have made him lord over you, and have made all his brothers his servants, and I have kept him strong with grain and new wine. There is nothing left to give you, my son.
Do you have only one blessing? Bless me too, Father.
You will live far away from the best land, far from the rain. You will live by using your sword, and you will be a slave to your brother. But when you struggle, you will break free from him.
Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. Esau said to himself,
My father will die soon, and then I'll kill my brother Jacob.
Rebekah was told of what her older son Esau had said, so she sent for Jacob and said to him,
Your brother Esau is planning on getting his revenge by killing you. So do what I say. Go right now to my brother in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother is not angry. When your brother is not angry with you anymore and forgets what you did to him, I'll send a servant to bring you back home. Now we're going to do an activity. For this activity, you're going to need a partner to work with. If you can't find someone right now, that's okay. You can have a little scavenger hunt on your own. So in your pair, one of you will pretend to be blind and the other person will have to look for 3 things around the house that they will bring back to the blind person for them to guess what it is. One object has to be something they touch, the second object something they listen to, and the third object something they smell. You can give them 3 guesses for each object to try and figure out what the object is, and after all 3 objects have been guessed, you can swap roles so the person who was blind now goes to search for some different items. If you're by yourself, then the challenge is to find these 3 things: something furry or hairy, something that makes a beeping sound, and something that smells sweet. See how many of these you can find in 2 minutes. Pause the video now and go and search for your items. Welcome back! Did you struggle at all to figure out what the items were or find the items? In the story we just heard, Isaac was almost blind and couldn't tell that the person he thought was his older son Esau was actually Jacob in disguise. Jacob tricked his father and ended up getting the blessing his brother was meant to get. He made a mess of the relationships within his family. But God still blessed him and would give him the things he had promised he would give to his ancestor Abraham. We can sometimes be like Jacob and hurt people just to get things that we want and not care about the other person. This selfish behavior is because we are sinful. But even though we are sinful, God is so loving and kind that he blesses us with his son Jesus, who fixes our relationship with God and helps us to fix our relationship with others. Because of Jesus' perfect sacrifice on the cross, God is still able to bless us even when we do sin. Take some time now to think about what are some things you can thank God for blessing you with, and to ask him for help not to be selfish.